Hello everyone, so now we are going to take a look at the next question. Let's look at it. So I'm given 6 grams of magnesium. So magnesium is this one. I would like to annotate the question, right? And then burns in oxygen. So the first question I need to calculate is calculate the mass of magnesium oxide formed. So magnesium oxide is this one, and I want to find mass, so question mark grams. Just to remind myself, all right? And I must remember to divide my page into 3, okay, because I want to do 3 different steps. So the first step that I need to do is to find out the number of mass of magnesium, right? And then I need to find the second step, I need to do the mole ratio, okay, and then in the last step I need to find eventually the mass of the magnesium oxide. Okay, so that's the 3 steps I need to do. I like to write this on my formula. So over here, I need to find out what's the number of moles of magnesium. Then I go across mole ratio, right? This is the second step. And then after that, I go back up to find out what is the mass of my magnesium oxide. Alright, so firstly, I need to find the number of moles of 6 grams of magnesium. So now many of us might be wondering, hey, there's this 2 in front of the mg. Do I need to calculate it? So now let's think about it. What is the MR or the AR of mg? Is the AR of mg 2 times mg? No, right? So mg is magnesium, right? And magnesium itself has an AR of 24. Okay, so 24 for mg means that 1 mole of mg is equivalent to 24 grams, right? So whether there's a 2 in front of it, you don't care. You don't look at the coefficient until you're talking about mole ratio. Okay, so we are not concerned about the coefficient until the second step, the mole ratio step. So now 1 mole of mg is equivalent to 24 grams. I'm now given that I have 6 grams of mg. So how many moles of that? So using your understanding of ratio, that is actually just 6 divided by 24. Because 1 mole of mg is 24 grams. So 6 grams of mg is 6 divided by 24. Okay, please go and practice your ratios. Right, and therefore that is equivalent, calculator is 6 divided by 24, that is 0.25 moles. Okay, so now I know that the number of moles of mg is equivalent to 0.25 moles. Right, so now over here I know it's 0.25. Right, so now mole ratio, MgO, so I know that this is how you write the working. This working gives you 1 mark during the exam. So 2 mg is to 2 MgO. So that is 2 is to 2. That's the only time you use the number, the coefficient at the front. So 2 is to 2 is 1 is to 1. So if I got 0.25 moles of Mg, I would have 0.25 moles of magnesium oxide. Okay, so now I know I have 0.25 moles of magnesium oxide. Let me just write this here, 0.25 moles of magnesium oxide. I need to find out what is the mass of this 0.25 moles of magnesium oxide. So again, I need to find out what's the MR of magnesium oxide. So you see how to do the working. So that is 24 plus 16, that's equivalent to 40. So what does this MR mean? It means that if I have 1 mole of magnesium oxide, right, that is equivalent to 40 grams. So now my question says that I have 0.25 moles, right? So what's that? What does that mean? 0.25 moles is equivalent to what do I do? Right? I take the 0.25, right, times the 40. And then I will get 10 grams. Again, making sure that I use 3 significant figures. Right, and this is the final answer, so I'm going to put a mark here, and therefore that is the mass of the MgO. Right, so that's the first question. Okay, so the next question is the exact same thing. So I'm going to write the formula one more time because I messed up the one on top. So this is the formula. right? And then I know that I have 6 grams of magnesium. And now instead of finding magnesium oxide, I need to find the volume of oxygen. Oh, something different. So I first straight away put question mark, and then volume of gas is given in dm cube. So I'm going to write there to remind myself it must be in dm cube. So again, this type of things, still same method. Find the number of moles, step 1, use mole ratio, and then after that find the volume. So I'm going to write the 3 over here. Step 1, I want to find the number of moles of Mg. Right? After that, step 2, I want to find the mole ratio. And then the last step is different. I want to find the volume of oxygen. Right? 24. Remember the magical number, molar volume? Right? So let me just quickly do the first step, which we have already done. 1 mole of Mg is equivalent to 24 grams. So now I have 6 grams, and therefore that is equivalent to 6 divided by 24, which the number of moles of Mg would therefore be equivalent to 0.25 mole. Okay? So now this is slightly different. If I look at the mole ratio, I have 2. Over here, I have 2 Mg is to 1 O2. So therefore, the ratio is 2 is to 1. I calculated that I have 0.25 moles of Mg. So if it's 2 is to 1, then 0.25 is equivalent to 0.125 mole. Now I know that I have 0.125 mole of oxygen, right? And I know that oxygen is a gas. So I know that for all gases, 1 mole of gas is equivalent to 24 dm cube. But now in this question, I am given that I have 0.125 mole. So how many dm cube is that? So that will be equivalent to 0.125 mole times 24, and that believe I think is 3, right? 125 times 24. That is 3.00 dm cube. And that's the final answer. I think here the difficulty is deciding whether to use the molar mass or the molar volume. But always remember that when we're talking about volume of gas, then we need to use the molar volume. Right? So now I think you take some time again to practice the next few questions and check whether your questions are correct, your answers are correct. And if you still have problem, please watch the next few videos. Right? All the best. Bye bye.